deal, and they didn't. And so they're going to be making the bed that they live in.
Yeah, a little too late to come to the table. All right, Allison and Jason, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's continue the conversation with former Trump senior economic advisor and the co-founder of the Committee to Unleash Prosperity, the very great Steve Moore. Steve, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for coming on. As I laid out, Canada's economy depends on the United States. We are basically what's keeping them in business here. So what do you think happens between our two nations here?
Well, I agree with your previous discussion that Canada has a lot more to lose if the tariff wars continue than if they make a deal with Trump. And I agree, they probably should have done this back in February or March, and here we are in September, and their economy has been hit hard. But look, our economy has been hit pretty hard too with the tariff policies. They've certainly reduced some growth here in the U.S., and I talked to a lot of manufacturers who are having a hard time with the tariffs. So what would be in the best interest of both countries is for Canada to come to the table, lower their tariffs, give America a level playing field, and if we do that, both countries will benefit, and especially Canada. Same thing, by the way, with Mexico. Mexico has the same situation. They are totally dependent on exports to the United States. So let's get back to a very low tariff regime throughout North America.
Steve, you make it sound so easy, but do you think that Prime Minister Carney actually will do that and say, okay, yeah, let's compromise?
Tough to say, because Trump does kind of stick a finger in their eye when he says stuff like, come become a 51st state, which obviously is something that's not going to happen. And look, the Canadians are very proud people. They're very nationalistic, just as we are in the United States. And so that gets a very negative reaction when Trump says stuff like that. But look, Canada and Mexico are by far our two biggest trading partners. A lot of people don't realize that. They're together much bigger trading partner than even China or Europe is. So we have a special relationship with both those countries. It's really critical that we maintain as good foreign relation and domestic policy, economic relations as possible. And I think that'll happen. I think the Canadians will come to their senses. Mexico seems to be coming in the right direction as well. I mean, look, Trump has now, as I calculate, 4 or 5 major trade deals that have leveled the playing field and brought a much better deal for the U.S. And I'm someone, as you guys know, I'm not a big fan of the tariffs, but I think Trump has used them quite effectively as a bargaining chip.
Well, something President Trump talked about last night with Greg Kelly. Greg had him on the show, the president there. We've hit Canada with big tariffs when it comes to steel and aluminum automobiles as well. I know President Trump wants to bring back those industries more than they already are here in the United States. Are we on the right path for that, Steve?
Well, I had a piece in the Wall Street Journal about 2 weeks ago arguing that the aluminum tariffs don't make a lot of sense because we don't really make aluminum in the United States, and we are major users of it, so it's raised costs. But I like the old-fashioned idea of North America just being one big free trade zone that we can outcompete Japan, we can outcompete the Europeans, and we can outcompete China. So that should be the ultimate strategy. But these countries have cheated, and Trump isn't going to take that anymore.
Certainly is not.
No.
Okay.
No.
Steve Moore, always a pleasure. Good to see you.
Thanks, guys.